welcome back everyone to the ZukoCast, episode 9, I think. I got the episode wrong last episode, but that's alright. We are here today with Zevo the Stickman.
Hello.
Frozen Pebbles, aka WazzoTV.
Going.
And Astro Sticks, aka Astro947. All of you guys from scratch. Including myself, Cool999.
That is the main thread.
The main thread, yeah. And now Minecraft.
Thread.
I mean, that's kind of two things I grew up with right there.
Yeah, same.
I mean,
I don't think I've really formed any online relationships outside of those two things.
yeah.
I don't think I did either. Actually, music was my other thing. I swear.
Oh,
but it all branched from scratch, essentially, so...
Yeah. I mean,
Your
I guess
current
my other...
music fans aware of your history on Scratch?
Do I have any?
Like, yeah, like how much of your fans like you get starting from scratch?
I have a good amount. I have people hit me up like at least like once every stream, every couple of streams that are like, "Hey, I'm from Scratch," or I know I have a few fans that do go back to Scratch days. It's really interesting like seeing all these, and I'll have people that I didn't know from Scratch too that like never hit me up during my Scratch days and were just fans, and then branched over to my music.
Are you like the tryhard ninja of Scratch?
I wouldn't say that. Have you seen my projects? Like my last two projects, the one is a black screen and one is a white screen for the thumbnail.
The only one I've seen from you was the one we were talking about earlier, your dubstep Astro remix thing.
Bro, my most famous project, you may or may not have seen this, is I think Scratch Rap is, yeah, that might be my most famous right there.
That sounds familiar.
There's also the best basketball shot ever, which was...
Oh, I remember that one.
That one was that one was a work of art right there. There's...
You just like the Box Apocalypse?
Box Apocalypse.
I was just gonna bring that up, yeah.
Wazzo featured on that one.
That is what I've seen.
You've seen Box Apocalypse, yeah. That's like the series. Yeah. People still hit me up on my YouTube even. When are you finishing Box Apocalypse, dude?
Oh, that's like Astro's equivalent to like Tim and Tom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was like, I remember liking it because it was so like long.
Yeah.
Is it kind of the joke that on Scratch you'd expect it to be over in like a minute, but it just
yes, I made it go like 7 minutes long. Like the longest one was super long, and it felt so like it put you in it, but it took so long too. At the same time, you're just like, come on, it's like some Walking Dead type shit stuff. Walking Dead type stuff.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, this is Scratch. We can't curse.
Which of us is the youngest?
Me, definitely me. I'm 18. I just graduated high school a couple months ago, like a month ago.
That's you.
It was like a year younger than me. How old are you, Zuko?
21.
Okay.
Oh, so you're the same age as David.
We go back.
I'm a wee lad.
I think you were on Scratch the longest out of any of us, Astro.
Yeah, his 10th anniversary wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, it was like in February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go around and explain who we are on Scratch.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
All right.
Let's start with Astro.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll start with the man who started it all.
Yeah, I'd say that my main accomplishment on Scratch was being one of the biggest earlier accounts, and also, I was the first account that really made like stick animations like a big thing.
You ruined Scratch.
Consistently. Yeah, I'm a very controversial figure, and I've worked a lot to
make it stay that way.
People might know me from the Candy Bar series or from the Scratch Saga, which is a much more recent thing.
Yeah.
That's my overview.
Nice.
Very nice, very nice.
Who's this WazzoTV character?
WazzoTV?
This guy in a Mario
nerd.
Hello, my name on Scratch was WazzoTV. My real name is Will. WazzoTV was an account that I created on Scratch about I think 9 years ago, and ever since then I've been regularly posting funny animations and cartoons up until about last year, where we shared the Scratch Saga, which was my final project. So I no longer make projects on Scratch, but I was very active in that community, and I was mostly known for my animation.
Dude, I just looked up the top followers. Number 3.
Yeah,
Number 3.
he's up there.
Wow.
I didn't know
Very
Will Wham.
jealous.
Dude, Will Wham. That I remember when
Yeah.
that dude was not huge. I did. That's like good on him for pushing.
I
his way
remember,
up
I
there.
remember when Will was
Mhm.
like relatively small. Actually,
Yeah.
I'll be real. I never was huge into your projects, but I would see them every once in a while.
Me? My projects or Will Wham?
No, yours.
Oh, it's fine. My older
Wazzo.
projects are not.
Dude, I feel like you took
My
the stick
favorite.
making like you took it like a step above like stick animations.
Went from stick people to
Yeah,
cyanide
I
and
mean-
happiness.
Yeah, basically.
I blatantly ripped off Cyanide and Happiness with my character designs. Like that's not even like. It's just true. Like I completely them off, but.
None of us have anything on the Toki community, which is like the
I
only
do.
original character design
I do.
movement
Sure.
that came out of Scratch.
Hello, Zevo Talk. The epic gamer Toki. I'm sorry. Have you not heard of him?
Wait, the what? Please fill me in.
Oh,
on what...
okay. Well, first off, let me do my introduction. I am Zevo, on Scratch, also known as Zach.
He's my
um,
failed clone.
Yeah, I'm basically Astro's failed clone.
Okay.
Everyone on Scratch thinks I'm his younger brother, and
Okay.
one of these days I'm going to lie and say that I am.
Very good move.
I'm best known for I'm best known for being an Astro's shadow, really. But I've made some decent projects. You know, Zevo's mostly just about a stickman named Zevo and his 2 siblings, Josh and Jessica, doing random shenanigans. I'm best known for my project Pizza versus Tacos, which started an entire war on Scratch.
A classic. It
Yeah.
sounds like it would.
Yeah, I mean the only reason it got so popular was because Wazzo liked it, and then everyone kept screaming, "Oh,
Good project.
Bro, you get a project on the Wazzo favorites page, like.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to."
I don't
my
like
most
to do that
recent-
very often because I feel like it does kind of annoy some
Yeah,
of the
there's like that
creators.
responsibility thing.
It dude,
It does
honestly,
sometimes detract from.
I will be completely honest. When I was younger, I would totally just go to David or Astro, and just be like, "Yo, can you favorite my most recent project? Thanks."
Crazy is that I was also a fanboy of Astro in like 2010.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
I think we
Like,
all
what-
have been Astro fanboys at one point.
Just
I
so
mean,
crazy.
I never
that-
did
We're your
stop,
stand
really.
club.
I'm taking the credit as like biggest Astro fanboy
Alright, you
because I
got it.
ruined his life.
He's the Stan.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm the stan.
Zevo invented standing culture.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Zevo Talk, by the way, is I made it as a joke. I made a joke Toki account where I would basically scream into a mic random phrases about being an epic gamer, and somehow the Toki community accepted me into their servers and stuff.
What is Toki? I need.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're also known as Takis. They're like the lizard people on Scratch, like
Oh.
Mackie Talk.
That's
or-
a thing. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also the cat people.
Is that a thing now?
The Warriors.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Warriors.
Oh, the Warriors,
Yo,
yeah.
wait,
That's not
wait.
very
Guess what?
There was a-
My niece is a Warriors, like actual, like she's like totally like leading like 3 different groups right now, like role playing
Fun.
Warriors. And,
Nice.
And it's
The Warriors exist. on
my
every
only
website.
advice to her was like, listen, Scratch I know is an educational website, but like be careful with Scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you will find yourself so lost in that website.
Yeah. I've made like.
Real quick,
how many
I wanna
accounts.
give my like real quick backstory.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I started 9 years, 5 months ago from literally school. I started because of middle school. We learned about it in middle school, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna start making little games. And so I started just messing around. Literally, 1 month later, I had a backup account for testing, all that kind of stuff. And I guess at some point, Oh, what really started me off was I made a stick animation, just ripping off one of SpongeBob's clips. Like it was just like I think it was the shopping list,
That's how we all got
the
started.
floating shopping
Yeah.
list. Yeah, and it got curated. So from that, I just took the momentum and just went with it. I definitely drew a lot of inspiration from Astro, aka I ripped him off, and yeah, at some point. I just kind of like decided I was gonna make a bunch of series, Box Apocalypse, President Wars, and then I became a rapper and quit Scratch.
Nice. That's the dream right there. I think we all got our start from ripping off Astro. Like I literally took
Scratch to be rappers.
yeah, my
Astro,
origin was literally.
Did you rip
taking
someone off, or were you original?
Oh,
Were we right from the source?
75% of my projects are just like the worst, like SpongeBob lip dubs with my characters in them.
It's just
instead.
the dark.
Yo, Swifty too. That's somebody I drew a lot of inspiration from.
Swifty got hacked.
That's right.
This dude is an OG. He's
So
an
dude,
original.
yeah.
Swifty
He has
is a
the
real OG.
same first name and birthday as me.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. I guess I'm also a failed clone of him, so.
Yeah. It's all.
We
it's all
tried
just
so
Clone
hard.
Wars.
We tried so hard to get Swifty as a part of the Scratch Saga in some
my
kind
God.
of voice acting role, particularly the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it never worked
God.
out. He
Yeah, that was so sad.
Yo, y'all were just like, y'all can have a line or two, and then I never did the line, and then I never got put in it.
Yeah,
all right.
it's fine.
And I'm
Yeah.
just more
I,
like, dang, I missed the opportunity. It's
Yeah,
like,
I
no,
missed-
I was like a part of Scratch, please.
God, I should have
Make
I
it-
should have at least tried to have voiced for Kaj, because I somewhat know how to edit my voice.
Yo,
I did.
Wazzo, do you remember Will Smith Fish?
Oh my god.
I remember Will Smith.
Oh
Fish.
my god. I
Will
totally forgot about that.
That
What'd
was
you do
with
again?
so
Bobby F, right?
it was with I think Bobby F. It was also with I'm Maximum, who I actually had on the podcast. But basically, a few of us got together. Some of the big scratchers. I forget exactly who all it was, but me and Wazzo collectively like had the bulk of it, of the numbers, and we just all came together and made a page called Will Smith Fish, and we just memed our own projects and replaced every sprite with Will Smith Fish. Which is, you know, the fish from what's that movie?
Shark Tale.
Shark Tale.
Hey, that's
Bro, did you just end the stream? Oh, we gotta start over. All right, guys, everybody out. We gotta restart. No, I'm just kidding.
What happened?
He pressed
pressed
the
the
button,
button.
and ended the stream. That is a running joke. I've done that joke at least once an episode. I need to stop.
Oh, really? Oh.
My 6 Patreon viewers are like, God, not this joke again. All
Sorry,
right.
Yeah,
I saw him
I-
press the button. I was like, you know what that button does, right?
Stream over. All right, I guess it's been a great podcast, guys.
Yeah.
How much
all
time
right,
are we
wrap
in?
it up.
I think we're like 10 minutes in, something like that. We got plenty of time, guys. Plenty of time.
Related to Will Smith Fish, it was like in a time where I was in like my edgy Scratch phase, where I didn't really care about what I posted on my website, and I think I just changed my profile of the blue to Will Smith, and I posted in the comments like, everybody, change your profile pictures. Let's go.
Will
We're
Smith.
changing it.
We got
And
a
it
bunch
became
of.
like a movement.
We did that with Will Smith Fish too.
People
So many
like
people.
there were so many people that changed their icons.
Because that was the first thing that we did was change all our icons to Will Smith Fish.
Yeah.
And then we made the account and all followed it. I think it has like 100 followers. It's not like huge, but it was
that's
something. Dude.
right.
There was a movement. And this is all from like one day.
Sometimes one day can feel longer than like 6 months of your life.
Right? No, it really can. It really can. It can be the deciding factor in like big projects, things like that. It's kind of what stopped me from making Box Apocalypse, man. My computer just like broke on me, and I was like, well, that's the end of Box Apocalypse.
I've done a lot of like really big projects before, but I've never really felt like such a weird sense of like urgency and community as in like the final moments before we upload a.
Oh, that
Scratch
was
Saga
that was
part.
beautiful. because I remember that entire summer, I was studying at like a pre-college thing doing art, and for most of that time, I was talking to you and Avidana, and sometimes Wazzo while you guys were working on the Scratch Saga, and that was a lot of fun.
That's wild.
That whole project, yeah, was such an amazing creative adventure that we all got to do, and
Yeah.
I should have had a
collaborative
bigger role. Let's
aspect
be real
was
here.
amazing.
I
Can you
wish I had
explain
a
what
bigger
this is,
role.
by the way?
I would
know
have
if
loved
we've-
to have been a part of it, but I was going through my own things. Go ahead.
That's fair.
Okay, so the Scratch Saga, for those listening, is a 3-part series that me and Astro co-directed on my channel.
And you guys
think around-
co-worked on too. It wasn't
Worked
just
on.
a lot of people. I have to like correct this notion to everyone who replies. They're all like, "Oh, Wazzo did all the work on this project. He's amazing," and I'm like, "He did half of it."
Yeah.
He
I
did
was
the
very
most
much a-
coding.
but it wasn't. Coding is not much of coding, but at least creatively, it was both of us working together.
Mhm.
And evolved around 20 other collaborators, which are older scratchers that are well known and that we knew. And basically, it was kind of just an action adventure story that involved all of our characters on Scratch coming together.
You're-
And it was ultimately my last project on Scratch.
Did you release them all at the same time or like around the same time?
No.
We released
Part
them as
part
we-
1 and part 2 came in with like within a few months, but it took like a whole year for part 3 because we all had like school and stuff to deal with.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
It took a full year.
it was
for the
put on
third part.
Wazzo's channel, right?
Yeah.
Because I could have
I
sworn
was-
saw
what
it.
I- What I wanted to do was like alternate it between Astro and Wazzo's accounts because I thought that would be funny, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was already had a rocky amount of views in its current form. Like, part 1 is
Yeah.
like a ton of views, and part 3 only has like 14,000.
I mean that's still
Yeah.
it's good,
Part
but not
one-
worth the amount of
I
effort.
think,
put into
I
it.
think, I think part of that. I think the thing with views on Scratch is that it can be so dependent on random things. Like a lot of it is dependent on your thumbnail, whether or not your thumbnail is flashy and will attract a lot of attention.
It's
Mhm.
Shout out
Second
to
thing-
Water
it's
for
baby
all this
YouTube,
stuff.
dude. It's baby YouTube.
Second thing
Yeah.
is how long the Scratch team allows it to be on the front page, and I think our final part was only on there for like a lot less than the other previous projects.
I think
It has a
part
lot
of-
less views.
I think part of the reason part 3 wasn't as popular, despite it clearly being the best part, was it was so big that people had trouble loading it.
That also.
It's probably true, yeah.
Yes, a lot of lesser. It's a lot of school computers. Honestly, that's what a lot of the
Oh, yeah.
audience is.
Okay.
We need to remember that like we're making things for 8-year-olds. So
I haven't even been able to load it into my browser until
That's
recently.
yeah. That's such
Yeah.
a strange. Because
hey, we broke the boundaries of Scratch doing it though.
we did, yeah.
We went a bit too far.
I
The whole
think
saga is available online though on YouTube.
Yeah, we
in, like a pre-rendered version.
I wasn't nearly as important as you guys to the story. I at one point tried to help with story ideas, but you guys were like no for valid reasons. Main thing I did was just help storyboard, and I created the design for part 2's thumbnail.
nice.
Yeah, Zevo storyboarding was actually extremely helpful because a bunch of us were just like. slumped
Wait, were
out.
you the one that was really like? Because I did read like through the script. I skimmed it more like I didn't really go through it fully, and that's part of the reason why I was not a part of it, unfortunately. But I'm just gonna keep complaining.
That's
Put me
all
in,
right. Don't
put me
worry
in.
about it.
Make a part
I
4.
mean-
Oh my god, you have no idea how many people.
Wait,
at,
that'll be
like,
my
at
next
least
project. I'll
one-
just make
at least
Scratch
5
Saga
people
Part
a day.
4 by
Okay.
myself. By myself.
Do you like to do cuts in the podcast?
We can. I have not done them before, but we were absolutely able to.
You can cut this question out if you want, but you can talk about what it is you were doing instead of the Scratch Saga at the time, or not if you don't want to.
Dude, I was stuck in a I was kind of I was living on my own for like the 3rd time.
Oh wow.
Out in like a not very good area. And I had roommates who I was kind of struggling with. We were not really getting along too well, and it ended with like a big feud. The dude like stole my drone, moved to Colorado. Which is like just a wild. That's just that happened.
Like a
All
video.
right.
Yeah, like a video drone. And like he's still to this day, like I've forgiven and forgotten. I've moved on because I'm just like it was a bad time. Both of us did things that we regret. We were both stupid at the time, like, and so that's part of the reason. I was working and going home and just disassociating.
That sounds like a lot. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. All right. No, again, we're not like mad at you that you weren't able to like
No,
contribute.
no. I'm like I wish I could have been a part of it. That's all. I think what could be a funny
We did
idea.
invite you, didn't we?
No, you guys came to me to invite me. Like you guys came out to me. It's really just more that I was so busy and never got a chance to record any
Dude,
lines.
you're more than fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's a big commitment too. Like there were quite a
I
lot
saw
of
people were
that
really
were
going.
asked.
Oh
in.
yeah. Yeah.
collaborators.
I definitely had a bigger contribution to part 2 than I did part 3. By part 3, I'm not getting into that. But by part 3, I was mostly just kind of being moral support for Astro, and
Yes.
honestly making it worse probably.
That was also a problem. That was kind of a problem with choosing to collaborate with so many scratchers. Is that limited size of a scratch project? You can only give so many lines to specific people.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't know. I've
was
never
a thing
seen
that I
Avengers,
think
but I'm
was,
assuming. But now that I know kind of what it goes into, like having a bunch of main characters be put together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a miracle that we even had like one side plot with like 5 people in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That did kind of make it seem a little bit more legitimate, but yeah.
Yeah,
so
I mean, you actually did have some character building. Like, you had the main antagonist, and like it was good. There was a climax.
I think I will say I wasn't there for the decision to make it Kaj, but I think that was an amazing idea.
Wonderful.
To have it be like, because
Somebody-
he's like the infamous guy.
Somebody
you know.
commented, he's like, "You're following Kaj?" I'm like, "Hee hee hee."
Yeah, I posted a project on my remixes account about like on his 10th anniversary of making the account, being like, "Yo, this happened."
Yeah, that was a wild time. That was during the original Scratch days. A lot of people don't like.
Yeah.
So Zevo.
We're all from 1.4, by the way. Just establishing
okay.
that.
Okay, so you go back to that too then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So
still
I've been
part
around
of the
a long,
community
around
today
as
though,
long as you
right?
guys. What?
Zevo, that's kind like you're still pretty active in the community, would you say?
Decently. I'm mostly just active on like I reply to people who like comment on my stuff because I like entertaining people.
Okay. I think you're probably the most active out of any of us here. I do that too
I
on
probably
like, my
am.
profile.
I check Scratch like once a day. It's become a real problem.
I'll check it like once a week. I'll just hop on and like respond to random comments on my profile. Anytime someone's like, "He's dead," I'm like, "F." Dang,
Yeah.
he died.
The more I try to reach out to people in the community outside of like the people I've met through the Scratch chat, like it hasn't been that great for me because like I've been like added to Discord calls and like servers and stuff, and people keep like harassing me.
It gets
Trying to
bad,
talk to
man.
me.
I mean,
the
Astro and
Scratch chat, I
go-
feel like, is just the right size. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Scratch chat is
yeah.
so good because it's full of these people who have seen kind of the good and bad sides of Scratch.
Yeah.
And at
That's
least
that's
it's-
something I wanted to talk about actually was the good sides and the bad side. I feel like fame was a big kind of issue with Scratch in Scratch. It kind of motivated people for all the wrong reasons. Like rather than
Yeah, I remember. I'm gonna be completely honest. I used to hold a real grudge against Wazzo because he pretty much overtook Astro as like the main animator on Scratch, which I was like a dumb kid. I was like, "How dare you?"
yeah.
But-
Yeah, and
Well,
that's the kind of stuff that was going on, and people that didn't like, and because of this fame, like you'd see comments where it's like people who are just blindly just like, "This is awesome! I will love
Yeah.
anything you post."
You have no idea how many people come up to me and like, I get it. They're kids. They want my approval or whatever. But they're all like, "Yo, check this thing I made out," or "Please follow me."
Oh my
There was
god.
this one person who kept commenting on my stuff. Please follow me. I'm super nice. So I was like, oh, whatever. I'll just check their stuff out. I saw their project. I was like, this is neat. and then they screamed at me, "Please follow me. I'm super nice," again. And then I shared it to the Toki people, and that became like a meme there.
Does that sound like anyone to you, Zevo?
It does sound like, you have no idea how many people come up to me and be like, "Yo, you know how like you're like you and Astro? That's like you and me." And I'm like, I've known Astro for 8 years. Like, yes, it was a rocky start, but now we're like, we're pretty good friends.
Wait,
The
wait,
rocky
wait. Some
start.
of you guys,
Oh.
best comments,
Oh.
best comments that you guys have gotten.
I've shared some with you guys, but there's this dude named Ajopa. I need to read his comments.
I got
I'll
one
find
right
them.
here.
You guys
I got one
talk
right
about
here.
them.
This person called Peace Love Scratch _ My Gersh, you're such a poob. I respond with a what now? A poob. A who, what, when, why, what now? A poob, what, when, why now? This is an actual interaction on my profile.
A human brain
Nice.
produced
This
that.
is
There's this one. I shared this with you guys, but I was going on random accounts from old friends, and I went on Caramel's account, and she says she's from Egypt. So someone wrote, "Do you live in Egypt?" And some dude, Cool's Animation replied, "Probably not, but Egypt is like any other country. It exists, and people live there."
yeah, bro. That's pretty good description of a country right there.
Yeah. I've sent a lot to B Shroom.
How do you feel about WazzoTV following you?
Oh my god.
Man, it's pretty. It's pretty. Oh, it makes
I
my
mean,
heart
if I
pound,
wasn't
man.
in the shadow of Astro, I would be in the shadow
Shrek-
of Wazzo. So like,
I feel like I was kind of not really in the shadow of Wazzo. Me and Wazzo just collaborated a decent amount. We talked a lot.
yeah.
back in the day.
I mean, yeah, the same thing
Was
happened
that
with the.
2013, 20...
Like Jarquanzela and shit.
my
Like
God.
I got Jarquanzela
Oh, yeah.
Inbox Apocalypse. Like
Dark Wanzilla. I don't like Dark Wanzilla.
there, you
Wow.
know the
Well,
the
yeah.
person.
Favorite.
Why?
I love
Looking
you.
back at it.
Wazzo, remember, I love you. You are a good friend to me. I do not like Dark Wanzilla.
I tried at every single
Justified.
possible moment to get Jarkonzilla killed in the Scratch song.
Okay, he gets brutally like beaten.
Yeah, by
Oh, you did that on
Sorry.
purpose. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Someone was like, "Look."
a lot of my older projects that I shared when I was younger, I was really influenced by like the internet and
Yeah.
comedy at the time, which was a really bad influence. So some of my
Yeah.
older projects I'm not the most proud of.
I would
Dang.
100% agree.
Peter.
Oh, I found a comment that I loved. This is from like 8 years ago. Caramel 50 Star Lover screamed,
Oh no.
"I love you. What's your address? I want to send you some hair."
I don't have too many comments in my brain reserves, but one
Yeah.
that comes to mind is
I would have to
someone with
search.
a SpongeBob profile picture commented underneath the Scratch Saga Part 3. Can I be in it? I'm SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It's a classic.
It's, who's bullying? Everyone is hating us. Question mark, question mark, question mark. No one is hating me, but my friend got called a finger fart.
Yo, wait a second. Somebody in my President Words project, somebody instead of feel the burn, they put hashtag fell the burn, and then they replied to their own comment. Oops, hashtag feel the burn. Replied to the comment. Never mind, I keep getting it wrong. And then they one more time hashtag feel the burn.
All right, sorry, I'm going through a bunch of old ones. This was commented, I believe, on my remixes account, which is like my test account. Some dude just randomly commented, "Hey, sorry, bro. I'm going to the beach now. I'll see you soon. I want to say is a way. This is not proper grammar. I want to say is a way you got a good morning was the last day of the week. I wanna was a good day. I wanna was."
Uh-huh. Oh, that's just kids on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's going back to the toxic or like the goods and bad sides of Scratch.
The toxicity of fame on Scratch, I feel like, is a big thing.
I want to challenge the notion that any of us were ever famous.
Oh,
Mhm.
I no,
I
I don't
was
I don't
the least-
disagree.
I was the least like famous out of all of you, so I only recently got 1,000.
The only reason I even
subscribers.
say famous is because people call me famous, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
guess like.
Weird.
We're
Scratch fame
famous
does
on a
exist,
semi-obscure.
Compared to real life fame,
Semi-obscure,
it's
like
almost non-existent.
you mean
It is
ultra
nothing.
obscure?
Wait, what'd you say? What?
They collaborated with Cartoon Network, so Scratch can't be that obscure anymore.
I'm just saying, like, Scratch fame. There's some kind of quote from the Exploding Cheese. It was very nice. It's like
He really got out.
fame is fame, or like real fame would be Diet Cola, but then Scratch fame would be like Diet Cola after it's been peed out, and it's disgusting. Like that is
Oof.
just the distinction between the two.
I guess that's kind of accurate. I mean, people just like project real life ideas of fame
That's-
onto Scratch.
Because even real fame is not what it is made out to be, and so I feel like Scratch fame is just like a really, like, it's a perfect metaphor for what real fame is like. Like,
Yeah. Fame.
like what did we get from Scratch fame? I don't know, like lots
I don't
of
know.
lost
I am very
hours.
upset that like I will say, even though I know like fame is stupid and all that, I'm very upset how much work I put into my most recent project and how no one cared.
Well, you know what the big thing is
Right,
with that?
yeah,
It's like you spend. I was guilty of this. I would spend just as much time just like reading comments, looking at the pages, like just like checking my messages and all that. I would spend just as much time doing that as I would making projects sometimes.
Oh, I found him.
And it's like I would be too focused on the community of it so much that I would not actually be making like the best content I could be making.
All right, I found him. Mao Joa is the funniest dude on Scratch. Someone's asked him, "Why do people not like you? You seem like a nice guy." And he said, "I'm human. I'm people.
I'm human. I'm people.
I'm people."
You guys remember in one portion of the Scratch Saga, it featured Barack Obama giving a speech. I can't find the exact comments, but there were so many comments of crashing on the entire project because of the use of Barack Obama and not Donald Trump as the
Oh my
person
God,
that
No.
delivers a line of audio.
Difference is that
They were
I don't mean-
so funny. I mean,
Wait,
they're
it was
definitely
like
kids,
little. It
but
was like
just
baby Trump supporters. Like,
Yes.
All right. Look, I don't want to get too much into politics, but let's be real. Obama's more fun.
he's as a
Oh, yeah.
in a meme form, yeah. If we're
Yeah.
talking like memeing, yeah, no doubt. Obama wins.
I like Obama just
Yeah.
a lot.
No doubt. Trump is too like his memes are too like I feel like they're just cringe.
I feel like no. Here's my problem. It's very much repeated jokes.
Yeah.
This is why I like John Oliver a lot, but I don't like Stephen Colbert. It's because the same jokes kind of get repeated over and over, and it creates
so much.
It's stale.
You know what jokes I like about Donald Trump? I like the conspiracy theorists that are for Donald
conspiracy
Trump.
theories are all great.
Hold on. Can I pull
Oh.
this conspiracy theory out real quick
Do
on
it.
you guys? Guys.
Do it.
All right. So you know how Trump has been he seems like a moron on stage. He always picks up the water with two hands and he drinks it. He's tweeting, he types hamburgers. He misspells his words all the time. Man, what an idiot. But he's not really an idiot. He's actually giving secret code to a group called QAnon. QAnon, a group who believes not only is Trump, when he picks up Fiji water with two hands, he's saying, "Look at the water, look at the Fiji." What you know what this means?
We're
It
bombing
means the
Fiji.
island. It means the island near Fiji called Vaiwasa, which was it was a trafficking island. As he was telling us that it was that island, he was giving us that secret so that we could expose it. Hamburgers, you know what birders means? It means worse than evil. It means worse than evil. What could they be referring to? Obviously, the secret upper class. It must be Trump is trying to destroy the upper class. No doubt in my mind. QAnon. Right,
All
right.
true.
JFK's grave. JFK's grave. Looks like a Q from an aerial view. QAnon, that's a secret group. You know who runs QAnon? It's an anonymous member. They don't know who it is. It's a forum board where they just post stuff that supports Trump. You know who it is? You know who it really is? You know who the figurehead is? JFK Jr. He's still alive. He's still alive. You know how Trump's not dead yet? You know how Trump is not dead yet? Time travel. The Secret Service travels to parallel universes, and they figure out how he's going to die in that parallel universe, and they prevent it from happening in this universe. Thank you. This has been Conspiracy Theories by Trump supporters.
Nice.
I think the Scratch Saga was had a better story.
Yeah.
Ooh, Dr. Doom.
I'm not gonna spoil it here since this thing might get uploaded to Scratch, but I have a plan for my final, and it was originally going to be somewhat of a sequel to at least like what happened to Zevo after the saga, but
You can do that. I'm very much okay with individual creators creating their own canon for what happens to their characters.
yeah, I'm doing my best to
Text
get.
of that world.
Was I
I'm
even
doing
in
my-
it, like, at all? Like, was my character, did he have a single frame?
Well,
don't think
no, you
so.
didn't draw anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to get Astro to voice some lines.
No, because I was just going to say, if he did, I could totally just make a whole story based off of it, but if he doesn't, then that's okay. I'll
yeah.
still...
That's all right.
I'll
mean-
do a conspiracy thing where it's like, wait, if you zoom in on this frame, you can see Cool 999 in the background. He was there.
You know who was
I was
in it
gonna
was
make a-
Solar
I was gonna
Buddy.
make- I
Remember
was gonna
Solar
make
Buddy?
a project.
Solar
about
Buddy,
Morris.
that dude's awesome. He streams now. I just saw him make a new PC.
I was gonna make a project about.
We were like
Morris
all
the
big
Duckling.
together at a certain time, weren't we? 2014.
Yeah, y'all were both like in the same like he was like bigger than me for a while.
I think it's cool that Solar Buddy got big after a while because I knew him when he had like 10 followers.
Yeah,
Same.
I knew him from a while ago.
And the Scratch Dog was like a big boost to.
And Solar
Most
Buddy
of
was
us.
always just a general, just cool dude to everybody. I met with him on Minecraft. I got to get him in the podcast actually. That's a move.
Out of curiosity, did you know anybody in real life? Scratch?
From scratch?
I feel like I remember somebody back then in that circle. Do you remember Scratch Marziale? Something like that?
Scratch Marzial. I actually do remember that name. What were they?
It
I
was-
can't remember if that's one of the weird people or one of the cool people.
He was a pretty popular scratcher around 2013, 2014, but I could have sworn like maybe like he was friends with Solar Buddy or something like that.
Oh, I remember this dude. Yeah. He was like one of the mouse dudes. He had that. I remember his character.
Yeah.
No, I didn't really know. I didn't know anybody from real life. No.
Maybe that was somebody else.
The closest
This
that I
one-
get, I have met one scratcher IRL, and it's Prosef.
I've
Ooh.
met Scratchy Wait once.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Yeah. We're both. I'm not gonna expose, but we're both from the same state, and we had a Scratch. There was Scratch Day there. This was like 8 years ago.
I remember Scratch Day.
Wow.
Yeah, it was Scratch Day there, and I was like, he said he would be in my state, and I was like, whoa. So
He's
I looked
speaking
all
a
around
beautiful
for him,
voice.
and then we just kind of talked for like 5-10 minutes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who I've also met one scratcher. Anti-Squirrel. Only person I've
Anti-Squirrel.
ever met in real
Oh,
life.
right. I forgot about that. You have to talk about that if you want to.
Yeah, I'll talk about it.
I've not
I
heard
don't feel like
about
either
this.
of you did anything weird.
It was a good interaction. Scratcher, who is a big animator on Scratch, and now he does a lot more YouTube, I think.
It's a
But
pretty-
he's in high school right now. He's a bit younger, and he lived kind of close to the. He asked me if he could come with his parents and if I could give him a tour around the college that I go to because he was visiting colleges.
Nice.
That's basically the story. Like I just up with him at my dorm room and I
You gave him a
took
college
him around
tour?
campus.
Nice.
His parents like
Nice.
just like dropped him off with you, right?
Yeah, that's what was so funny is that they were really like they're they're super nice, but They're like, yeah,
That always ends
we
well.
don't know how our son had a friend that already went to college, but hope you two boys have fun. I just shut them out. They were super sweet.
Well, that's
Yeah, you could have totally just been like, all right, you ready to party? Like, I'm gonna show you
That's
all the nicest frats around here.
oh, that's horrifying.
Yeah,
The worst parenting story.
but it is Scratch, so I think you're good.
It's yeah.
Yeah, no one's allowed to be bad on Scratch.
That is true.
Yeah, except Podge, they get banned to Scratch Junior.
Yeah. Oh my god. That stipulation, like, I feel like that affected my life. Like, the idea, like how Scratch was like a kid's website, and I stayed on it like past my, like, I was on there like longer than I should have been.
Past your expiration date.
Yeah.
That definitely had an effect on me.
Yeah.
Cause like everybody in the community is like still in that like don't curse, like try and keep it civil and like.
Yeah.
It's always weird for me to tell people that I knew when I was in high school, like that I did Scratch. It
Yeah.
always felt kind of weird. It is like primarily for children.
I just don't tell my friends.
Yeah.
What's funny about that, I won't name the Scratcher, but there's another Scratcher I know in real life that is Facebook friends with me.
Oh, me too.
And for a really long time in high school, every one of my birthdays, they would write on my timeline, but they'd only refer to me as my Scratch name, which like none of my relatives knew, none of my friends knew. I didn't want to tell anybody, and it would be like, "Happy birthday, Wazzo! You're a cool dude."
Nice.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm pretty. As of recent, I've been more open about the fact that I am a nearly adult doing going on a children's website. But
Yeah, it's a very strange thing. It's a very weird topic to bring up.
it's weird because I did throughout the course of my time in high school, I made a comic series that went on for over 3.5 years, at least one comic a month.
Oh, nice.
And it's weird that ever since I ended it in February, I've weirdly been more active on Scratch.
Yeah, I've released a few projects
You're
myself.
creative. You want to make stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna put Scratch behind me until we had the Scratch chat, which that was cool.
Yeah. I forget who got me into that originally.
You invited me, I know that, and then you also
Yeah.
invited Wazzo like a year later.
Yeah, it was like a message from Royal to his loyal on DeviantArt from like 5 months before I actually opened it. He said, "Want to
Nice.
join my Scratch Discord?" And then I just happened to check my DeviantArt messages.
Scratch Chat was good because I mean, I really liked Scratch Chat until it kind of died, but because that's where like I reconnected with Astro, because like we would talk to each other like once a year for like about 3 years during that time. Yeah, and then I became like really good friends with B-Shroom there. Now she's like one of my best friends, so.
I mean, just looking through the chat, I recognize so many of these names, and it's so refreshing just to see that. Like Jonzo's in here.
Jonzo.
Yeah. I'm glad that we got Jonzo at least for the Scratch.
Oh, I remember that when it was like
Nuggy.
when we went all over looking for Jonzo.
Yeah, that's. I'm glad you guys got him in there too.
I was the one who invited King Fanta to the.
It's a shame you couldn't
to
get
the
a
server.
Griff patch, like get him to do it.
Oh my gosh. We wanted
That would've
Gurk
been
Patch
so bad.
so bad, but he never responded to our comments on it.
You just gotta keep going.
The story of the Scratch Saga is kind of a diss at Gurk Patch. Like,
What it is?
I don't know how we would have felt about that.
Um,
Yeah, it's kind of like the main villain is kind of a guy who never left Scratch,
Yeah.
and there's some jabs,
That's me.
jokes about
Yeah.
35-year-old men who still use Scratch.
Yep.
It's kind of like
It's a little. It's a little weird, champ.
I remember though there was talk of a giant collaboration even before like Wazzo came on to the server. I remember I wanted to do. I suggested that we did like a randomness for the win type of thing where we all made our own little skits and then put them into one big project. It didn't get off the ground. No one listens to me, but it was $1 million idea.
That's my series called Dat Random. I did that for like
Oh
3
my
episodes.
god, I remember that.
Dat random.
That's
We all
familiar.
had random projects like that. I had a series called just Random,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
I
same
think
exact format as
It might
Astro.
have literally just been a ripoff.
That's what like all of YouTube animation was for. Like,
Yeah, I
that's
started
true.
making one years ago, but then I canceled it. I think I uploaded what I had so far to my remixes account though.
Nice.
This is years old. This was like when I was 12 or 11.
Have y'all like? I mean, other than stick figures, have y'all like actually messed with like the game making and like programming, like gotten deep into the making, like the Scratch, like what you can do with Scratch? Because I've done some stuff in the past, and I don't claim to be. I don't claim to be a
intellectually
programmer.
curious about it, and I started like applying like real life programming skills that I know into Scratch projects for like little
Yeah.
demo things that I was putting on my second account for
Like
a short
variables
while.
are so important.
Yeah, that was really fun to learn about and get with.
Implement. Shut up,
I
phone.
am. I have still never really learned too much in terms of coding. In fact, I would argue I'm really bad at coding still. Because
Oh,
like
yeah.
when you do animations, you only use like 3 blocks or so, so it doesn't really matter.
My animations are super simple.
Oh my god, yes they are.
Coding is like so like
It's
so
just
easy
the
that
drawing
it's
of
not
it.
even, you can't even consider it like coding.
No, it's
But
not.
I will say that Scratch in general, like, a good introduction to coding because it gives you kind of like the general layout of how programming works.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I mean that's the point of
It was definitely really easy for me to start learning how to program with my previous experience, just with like the fundamental structure of like coding.
I feel like Scratch brings a lot of fundamentals. I think one thing that is really good about Scratch, because we were talking about how fame can be kind of toxic and detrimental, but it also does like introduce people to all these concepts super early. Like Scratch is like a YouTube community, but like with
But
a
for
little bit
toddlers.
more. Like it gives you, not quite toddlers. Though. It gives you
Yeah.
there's moderation,
Yeah.
but it's still like, it's up to the people to be like a good community. And I've
Yeah.
seen there's been some great moments in the history of the Scratch community.
Mhm.
So what was that in reference to? That was I don't remember.
You're good.
I don't know, I always like wished I was always like waiting for my time to shine as one of the big scratchers. Like that was my dream.
That was something that I honestly, looking back at, I don't even like. I'm like, I get why I was like that, but it's like I try not to be like that anymore.
Yeah, now I'm just like, it's whatever. I'll make what I want to make. This stuff is for me now. And if people like it, people like it. That's great. But
So important.
I remember being really inspired by
But
like
what?
I don't know how you found like my I had a previous account before my first. It's terrible, and I shared terrible projects, and somehow like Astro found these projects in 2010 and would comment on some of them. This is like very much before he was famous. I remember the process of him like doing this huge star in Scratch, yeah, and being like, "Dang."
yeah, because I joined
A bit
Scratch
like
in
that
like
guy.
August of 2011, and I know people now who are like who comment on my stuff, who are like about the same age as my Scratch account, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, that is weird. When people are like, "You started Scratch when I was born,"
Yo,
like
Oh,
that
wait.
makes me
That's
feel
a lot.
really weird.
dang,
August
that's the
2nd,
first time I've
2011.
ever heard that. But yeah,
My audience was Goop when I started.
yeah,
Yeah. Goop.
Goop. Well, not your current audience.
Yeah. Let's be real. I was good.
We're talking
a fan
talking
of
the
him.
current audience, like the current audience that exists now on Scratch was Goop when we started.
Yeah.
That's so strange though. Yeah, because people come on and find, like, I've seen people find my account, comment, be like, "Oh, I just found this," and then I've seen other people that are like, "Bro, you were my childhood."
Yeah.
Those are the best comments.
Yeah.
Older people like
Yeah.
tell you about how your animations were part of their childhood. Like that is
Mm-hmm.
That means like
easy.
a lot to me whenever.
Yeah. I have
Yeah.
like a folder on my computer, just screenshots of those comments.
God,
Yeah.
that reminds me of the comic making.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd make comics of my Scratch projects before I'd upload them, and I remember this one that David did. I always bring this up. This
Yeah.
one where because I was a very annoying fanboy. We knew each other. I would talk to him a lot on Minecraft, and he made a comic about how I was so annoying, and by the end of it, he was digging my grave.
I actually had a
And,
rivalry too.
And he made it in church.
Yeah, I drew that in Sunday school.
I'll go find it right now.
I actually had a rivalry with this dude, I'm Maximum, for a little while, because he was the only other, like, because I was like, I think I can say that I was like the first scratch rapper, or like the most prominent scratch rapper.
Nice.
I think I have the title of like, yeah. But like, I'm Maximum was second, and he's always been like my rival. Even like, he came on the podcast and we were talking, and like, we've like worked on songs together and stuff, but we've never really made anything together because we always end up having creative differences. And it's just like, at one point, because he did like epic rap battles, like knockoffs, but like scratch version. And then I was just doing like I did scratch rap. After we both came off scratch, and I went on the SoundCloud, he kind of joined as well. There was actually a point where we had like a disagreement, and I dissed him in one of my raps.
Yeah.
And he didn't even know that I did until he came on the podcast the other day. And we were just cracking up about it because it was like some scratch level stuff. Like,
Imagine dissing someone in a rap verse on a children's coding website.
I Maximum made his first battle was me and Astro, Wazzo versus Astro. I'm pretty sure it was a big like talking point during the development of the Scratch Saga. Like, we would really, I think at one point we wanted to make like a cover of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
funny. Yeah.
wait,
I
Wazzo
remember
versus
you guys
Astro.
talking about that.
Wait, that was a project?
It was his first epic rap battle of Scratch or whatever.
Oh, that was Max.
You know, his
yeah.
series was.
I'm
I
still
think he
waiting
did
for,
me versus. Did he do me versus EP Ninja?
Yeah,
Did
I
someone-
hope.
I think we invited him to join the saga for like soundtrack. Was that something we him making us music?
No, that was Zuko.
And I would love to
think
do
that
a
was
rap
Zuko.
battle on Scratch.
You
I'll
didn't
write
reach
my
out
own
to
verse.
I'm Maximum at all?
I don't remember.
I would write my own verse if there was like someone wanting to do a rap battle on Scratch.
We could have one right now.
Oh, dude.
Just kidding.
let's-
I want to talk about something more serious.
Yeah, it was. It was Cool 999 versus EP Ninja. WazzoTV versus. He did Scratchuate versus Swifty. He did himself versus Bobby F.
Yo,
I think
Bobby
think
F. Bobby F.
there's. I think if I have like one.
Sprite Master and the Exploding Cheese. Sorry,
I missed
continue.
the exploding cheese.
You're good. I've just been thinking that if I have like one thing that I would have rather done differently about the Scratch Saga, I think that it was way too easy while making it to make all these jokes about being like 20-year-old men on like a baby website.
Because now you're a 20-year-old man on a baby website.
Well, and I was a 20-year-old man when I made it,
Yeah.
and I think that I or both of us kind of got carried away with that joke because like looking back on it, Scratch is for all like the negative things about it, Scratch is an amazingly accessible and fun website for like being creative and expressing yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that is not something that should be like looked down upon. And I think that like as long as Scratch is like associated with just being for children, it's always going to have this problem where people are going to kind of like hate themselves for staying on it for too long, even if Scratch is like where they feel most at home.
You know what
I mean, let's also be real.
Today, yeah.
Neither Astro or I can escape it. We're both still like making projects every once in a while, and
Oh,
Yeah,
me too.
I keep trying to quit and I don't.
Because you see, one thing that gets me is the comments of like people saying I'm dead, and I'm like, I'm not dead, bro. I'm just doing my own
Wazzo's
thing.
the only one who successfully escaped, and even then, everyone's still asking for a
As
Scratch
number
Saga Part
3,
4.
as
Everyone's
number
still
3
asking
most
to be in
follower,
it.
he escaped. You can never escape with all those people on your tail.
Yeah.
Say that
really
I
know that.
still
You're good.
I still have the urge to make projects. Like I was almost thinking about releasing a new project earlier this summer. But
Yeah. I mean,
something about
I want to invite both you and Astro for my final project. Just not to like make any sprites, just to voice some lines. You don't have to, but
I'd be good.
be
for
totally
it.
down to do that.
yeah.
For me, after making the Scratch Saga, that was such a huge and awesome large project that I feel kind of weird making anything
Yeah,
lesser than that.
It's like
It's like a good finale.
yeah, you make the grand finale, and then you're like, let's just do some smaller stuff, but it just feels wrong.
Yeah.
I
Let's do
definitely
a
have to make a final
random-
project too.
A new random project.
I have to make my
Mhm.
own final project because my last project was Raymond from Animal Crossing, and it's just a 10-second video that's just Scratch Cat shows up and Raymond, like, I used like the ghost block and make him slowly appear, and then I put a greater than sign pointing to Scratch Cat.
I mean, that's objectively true. I don't like Raymond that much. I don't really see the big appeal. He's a
Oh yeah,
cat with
that was the
glasses.
whole meme though, and it got put on a Raymond Everybody Loves Raymond collab where like a whole
my
bunch of
God.
people were making like Raymond clips like of the Raymond getting beat up.
Whoa.
And that was my submission because I met somebody from Scratch a long time ago who also is a rapper now, Chris Pichet,
God.
aka HeyOPC on YouTube. They're an animator now. They started on Scratch. I was just gonna say also earlier, I feel like Newgrounds is kind of like the adult Scratch. I just
It
joined
is.
Newgrounds.
I've always thought of it. I always thought of it as like Scratch, but for
Wazzo.
older people. You took the
You
the
took
pot.
it. Wazzo died.
That was my fault. I broke it. I've actually broken like several things in this room, and
Yeah,
Wait a
you've also
second.
stopped the podcast before. You should check if it's still playing because I don't trust him.
Oh, we're good. We actually should wrap it up soon, only because after an hour the podcast editing session gets really annoying. If you guys come on at a later time, I will have a much better setup and we can go as long as we like.
That
Sure.
sounds cool.
This has been a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really great to like catch up with you guys. And,
Yeah,
and meet
you
you
are.
as well, Zevo. It's nice to talk to
it
someone.
was
who's-
great meeting you.
Yeah.
I've heard wonderful things.
I've been around in my time. I'm like one of the underground well, I'm an underground rapper and
rapper.
also underground scratcher.
And I'm a fan of hip hop. My favorite is Proof, and no one knows who Proof is. So,
I'm not familiar, no. Not
yeah.
familiar.
Do you know like D12?
No, see when I say I'm a rapper, I'm a quotations rapper. I'm a producer, artist, singer, songwriter. I make
That
whatever
makes
I
sense.
like.
Alright.
I don't put rap on it. Just like, I don't put categories like that. But
That's fair.
I rap. So therefore I am a rapper.
But I'm not a rapper.
Me describing my Scratch career.
Yeah.
I scratch. So therefore I'm a scratcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Uh,
has been a lot of fun.
yeah.
I'd be willing to keep this going. You could join our Minecraft realm or something.
Oh yeah. We have a Minecraft realm. Wazzo has gone on it a total of never. It's mostly just.
will go on
Astro9,
today.
but,
I'll join you guys.
That'll be my first
There's
day.
one thing though.
Yeah.
There's one thing. I do have a build team working on another test server of mine, making an MMO project, and
I saw your
project
project with your Australian accent.
Oh yeah. How's
Yeah.
that coming along?
It's coming along pretty solid. The big thing right now is I'm looking for people to work on configuration files because, as I said, I made stick animations and I did not really learn how to do coding that well.
Well,
Like I know the
Astro has
basics,
mastered
I can do the
coding, so-
foundations, but it's so slow for me. Like I take forever to do it.
Sure.
But I could learn it. That being said, big thing right now is building and coming up with mobs and lore. It's a really cool story that we've got so far. It's a future. They're called Zukonians. The players. Obviously, descendants of myself, Zuko. The
Prince Zuko.
Are you like Abraham?
I am. Yeah. But they're futuristic players that go into this ancient world, and the idea is this ancient world is like it's magic oriented. It's like Skyrim. It's like if you took Skyrim and landed like a ship from the future on it.
Skyrim, but with mossy cobblestone.
And so you're
Ship
combining
from
tech
future.
and ancient materials and like ancient like magic together.
That's really
And
cool. Have
it's
you ever
also
heard of
gonna be very-
Toontown?
Toontown, my god.
Love Toontown.
I was just gonna
Toontown's
say it's
been-
gonna be very comedic, so there's gonna be a lot of just
Nice.
funny stuff in there.
Toontown's my nostalgia. That's
Bro.
arguably my most nostalgic game.
Pop Tropica.
To the point where I played Rewritten and beat it.
I was Pop
I feel
Tropica.
like you beat it.
Yeah.
Finished? Did you all the cog bosses?
I did all of the I haven't like gotten all the laugh yet. This David's just like in the corner. I haven't gotten all the laugh yet, but I've completed all the tasks and I've beaten every boss at least like 5 times.
Oh
Whoa.
gosh.
You are like,
I feel like that. Okay, I
don't-
probably shouldn't talk too much about Toontown, but I feel like that take years. Like that sounds
I
like
did that in the span of about a year or two because
Oh my
during
God,
when I was on Toontown Rewritten, I was going through like a real hard time, so I kind of needed that.
huh.
see that.
I made
Reality
YouTube videos. I
Toontown.
privated them all, but I made like decently edited YouTube videos of me playing Toontown.
Nice. Well, on that note, is there any final things we want to talk about before we wrap this guy up? Put a little bow on it, and send it to my 6 patrons to check out, and you guys, of course. I'll send the
Follow
files to
Zevo
you.
the Stickman on Scratch.
Make sure to follow Zevo the Stickman on
Yeah,
Scratch.
kidding. You don't need to. don't-
WazzoTV and Astro947 as well. Make sure to follow them. You don't have to follow me. If you're following me on Patreon, you're good.
Watch the Scratch Saga on
money.
Watch the Scratch Saga on YouTube and on Scratch.
Oh yeah, watch Scratch.
At the same
Which
time.
version's
Watch-
better?
Yeah, do it at the same time. Yeah, I'd say Scratch Saga that's like the accomplishment.
I'd say that the entire discussion about everything to do with Scratch ever begins
job
and ends
sitting
with
on the
Scratch
camera.
Saga,
Thank
so
you for putting the
That's your homework, kids.
man's just sitting on the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, that's the end of that, guys. Thanks so much
Yeah.
for watching, everyone.
This was.
I'll
this
see you
was
next
a
time.
wonderful-
Having
a
us
wonderful
on.
experience. Thank you all. Go on his Patreon.
Yes, I will
Put money
probably
at him.
there's probably gonna be some best moments of this going on YouTube.
Zuko for Smash Brothers.
Ooh,
Will, when did we ever make a Patreon?
Could have made so much money
Yeah.
from those
10
kids.
hours into that thing.
oh man,
Yeah.
I think that's like the one thing that Scratch was like super good on. Like no monetization.
Oh yeah, no, it's like you
Yeah.
all do this for passion,
No way you
not
can
money.
monetize.
We should have been putting them on YouTube.
of my
from the
project.
beginning. That's the problem.
we could have been pulling so much cash. All right,
Alright,
get out
follow-
of here, guys.
Yeah.
Get out of my
Alright,
studio.
see you. All right. See ya.
Hey, who's got some stolen stuff? Give me.
Oh,
ah!
I do have stolen
Oh,
stuff.
frick.
Put it back
Okay.
in the studio.
I forgot.
Okay,
You
Will,
you have
Will.
stuff on your head,
Some
Will.
sweet berries. I don't know if these belong to you.
Put the cup back. Take
think
that
everything-
cup off your head.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Nice.
I'm out.
Oh my god.
Nice.
And cut.